I'm Dr. Sarah Daron-Mathis. I have a PhD in biomedical science and cancer research, and I do research at Vanderbilt University. I am also the CEO of Cannabinoid Biological Development, and where I do research, education, consultations, and product development. So one of the things I am the most passionate about, obviously, is cancer research. And I recently received an award from the DoD in colon cancer research on the water-soluble compound. And that water-soluble compound that's commercially available, and how is it actually bioavailable, and how does it actually help in colon cancer, and does it work better than the normal isolate CBD, and is it bioavailable, and all of these things. And so that's what I am very passionate about. But when I was doing the research to write this award, I found out that there was only a little over 100 papers on all of cancer and CBD. And that was a shock to me, because there's over 27,000 papers on just one chemotherapeutic drug in cancer, and that's paclitaxel, which is highly toxic to the body, very, very toxic to the body. And scientists are trying to actually find ways to make it less toxic to the body, and how to add it to different things. And they've done over 27,000 papers on this, and we have just a little over 100 on CBD. So our research is very much months and months, not months and months, but decades behind what's going on. And so we really need to push that, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to look into cancer research and CBD. And then colon cancer research, there was only 5 papers that came out when I wrote this award. Now there is 6, and the 6th one is a wonderful paper. I really enjoyed reading it. It came out in January. And I'm really excited about adding to that amass of knowledge that we're missing. So I will be doing not clinical but basic science research, looking at cells in petri dishes, and then a couple of mice cell lines. One is more of a precancerous colon cancer model, and the other one is a colon cancer due to synthetics. So we induce colon cancer in these mice. So we're looking at it in 2 different ways. So that's what I'll be doing.
Nice. Beautiful. Can you talk a little bit about the cannabinoid system?
So the endocannabinoid system is found in almost every cell throughout your body. You have CB1 receptors, CB2 receptors. But the funny thing is this endocannabinoid system was only discovered in 1992. And most doctors don't even know about this, even though it's such a big part of our entire bodies. It works with all of our systems. It works with our cardiac system, it works with our respiratory system, it works with our central nervous system, it even works with our reproduction system. And it interacts with all of them, keeping them homeostasis in our body. It helps the homeostasis of our mood, of our sleep, of depression, of pain, inflammation. So it does so much, and we know so little about it. But the whole reason we even found this system was because somebody wanted to understand how THC worked, what caused it to do it, and they found that, oh, it latches on to this receptor called CB1. Well, why did the body have this CB1? Well, it's because our bodies produce endocannabinoids. And it produces a couple of endocannabinoids, and if we are deficient in those endocannabinoids, or if they're being broken down too quickly, it can throw our whole body off. And CBD doesn't actually really attach to those CB1, CB2 receptors, but it blocks the enzyme FAAH from breaking down your natural endocannabinoids. So it is helping in an indirect way.
You know what I thought was interesting is the different bioavailability of different ways of getting the...
Ingestion.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So bioavailability is one of the new words that I've been introducing it back into the public. It basically means how much of a drug or chemical gets into your blood after taking it, and by different routes, and how long it stays in your blood compared to just shooting it directly into your blood. So if you just put that drug directly into your blood, the bioavailability is 100%. With CBD, if you inhale CBD, you get about 40%. So if you were taking 100 milligrams of CBD, you'd only get 40 milligrams of it actually into your blood. Whereas if you were to put it underneath your tongue, you're looking around 35%. If you spray it up your nose like a Flonase system, you can get anywhere between 35 and 45%. If you ingest it, so if you eat it, you're only going to get between 6 and a teenage percent, so 14 to 16%. But the World Health Organization usually just cuts out at 6%. So if you're taking in 100 milligrams of CBD, you're only getting 6. So all of that is being wasted. And so I'm looking into these water-soluble formulations to avoid that first pass metabolism, because what's happening is you're ingesting the CBD, and while 40% may be absorbed, it's going straight to your liver and it's getting broken down. And only 5% gets through to your bloodstream.
So that brings up the question, just briefly, of gummies and things like that. Is that the ingestion we're talking about?
Yes, gummies, cookies, anything like that. They use a water-soluble formulation, so you get more of that CBD into your system compared to if you were to use just a CBD isolate or even just eating hemp itself. Okay,
so if it was a water-soluble solution in the gummies, how much do you think it would be absorbed in the bioavailability? Don't know.
The companies are saying 70 to 90% bioavailability. I'm going to test it, and if that is true, I'm going to put it out there for the public to know. That's part of my research.
Perfect. Thank you.